Welcome to 50 Plus. I'm James Lott Jr. Over the next few months, I'm heading towards 55. That's right, kids, 55. I'm crying about it now. My eyes, I'm still waking up. But I'm turning 55 in a few months. So doing this podcast is really interesting right now because I'm reflecting on a lot of stuff as I get to a birthday. I always do. And then also, I'm working on an album right now that I want to represent my 55 years. So I'm kind of like in an introspective. I write songs and stuff, and so I'm in this introspective moment right now. After a year of craziness and not being about me, now I'm thinking about me. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was gray hair, and some of the things that are very interesting. Is you see I have it on the sides. For those of you who are watching, if you're listening, I have on my temples. I have my beard is getting grayer. I have, well, you can't really see. I have some chest hair that's gray and other parts. But it's funny because where the hair lands that turns gray makes a total difference. And I'm also knowing in society and men versus women, the reactions to my gray hair. So gray hair didn't really bothered me. I didn't gray early or nothing. They say a lot of people with dark hair gray early or started to get grays early. I probably had a few strands here and there, but I never really like I have a couple of relatives, like my Aunt Faith, who has beautiful gray hair. I have people with beautiful silver hair. My father is gray haired. Um, but like my brother shaves his head, so we don't know what his hair color is at all. He shaves it. But for me, as I've grown hair in, usually I shaved my head. Until 2 years ago, I decided to grow it out for a while, and I'll probably shave it again at some point. So now it's hair, but my hair isn't that gray, the actual top of my head. So like I said, just in the temples, which runs my family, y'all kind of have it. But it's not too bad. For 55, I'm still hanging in there, I guess, with that. And so I just shave it down a little bit. I don't dye my hair. It was kind of like, I guess when I have my hair down and I have it done, sometimes the way the light hits the gray in the dark hair, it looks beautiful. It's like shiny and it's beautiful. And like, I am getting older. I mean, I have a youngish face on some level. I don't have that many wrinkles, like, on that end. But I'm like, but the gray hair, I'm like, okay. So I don't know fully yet what they up here what I feel about it because it hasn't really. It's nothing to me. It's nothing that's to think about really. Other parts of my body, I was like, oh, that's gray. Now that I didn't like, and I felt a little something about that for a moment. If I'll be honest, I was like, okay, this is not what I pictured or envisioned. But I haven't done anything about it either. Just like. But the goatee, the beard goatee, that's the main thing. And what I have found, which is very interesting, it's not everybody, but in general, the reaction has been women love it. It's distinguished, all this stuff. Men hate it. A lot of the men I've met or in my life that we talk about our looks or whatever will be like, you should dye it. Just for men, dye it, shave it, dye it. And I'm like, no, actually, I don't mind my beard it's getting grayer. It was gray first, the two little bottom halves, but it's starting to get grayer all over. I sometimes shave my face, which that's mixed reaction too from people. A lot don't like it, a lot do like it. I like facial hair on me, actually. And I was like, the great part, it doesn't bother me, but society, it's funny in Hollywood, somebody told me once you should dye your hair gray, you'll look 10 times younger. And I'm like, but do I want to look younger? I mean, like I said, I don't have an age thing where I'm like, I'm trying to look young. I'm not trying to look younger. I'm like, I look like me. Um, but I just noticed for me, this is my experience. A lot of the men in my life are just like, yeah, you should shave it, or you should just ferment it or whatever, diet. That doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. I feel like I've earned every gray hair, as I looked at it. I always say their wisdom, they turn white, their wisdom, all those different sayings. But I don't know, wrinkles and gray hair are just a part of life as we get there. There are times when I look at my hands and go, God, they're old hands. And I try to take care of my skin and everything. It's a big thing for me. I try to take care of my hair. Um, but I said I didn't think about goatees. I didn't think about chest hair. I think about body hair down there. I never thought about any of that stuff. Turning gray, I just never thought about it. I thought, well, you always do the top of your head. Yeah, you always do that. And there were some things I was like, well, I can have a great, nice gray beard. That could be fun, kind of thing. So I don't know. But it was just funny. I just always thought the other parts, um, and what that would look like. But there is a whole daddy stuff that was going on. Everybody kind of likes that. To get more acceptable, but it's a mixture. It's a total mixture, and I've noticed that hair. Period. I can grow this. I can grow hair. I've got tons of hair. I'm not losing it at all. And that's an Achilles heel for a lot of men. That's the thing that a lot of my male friends. That's the thing they're like worried about: losing their hair, not having enough hair, not having strong hair. And for me, I take it for granted. I know I've taken it for granted. I have a lot of hair, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, all this hair. But I have to be careful who I say that around because someone's like, James, I can't even grow it. So I'm very fortunate that I can still grow hair and it's very healthy. And because I just never, because I saw when I shave my head, which is my choice, I have a nice shaped head. Thank God, because that's everybody has nice shaped heads either. So for me, it was just like, okay, well, I'm just if I lost, but I don't see that. But there's this thing. I don't know how it'd feel if I involuntarily was losing my hair. I might feel different. I don't know because I have a choice. I can have hair or not have hair. So to me, there's nothing for me to think about. But if the choice was taken away from me, I wonder how I would feel actually. If I'd be upset or I'd be fine or well, I know it's luckily I have a nice shaped head. And many guys out there have great shaped heads, so you'll be fine. But I don't. But I just know that is the wrapping around the head with one strand and trying to hold on. And right, some people don't have great shaped heads, or they look strange with a shaped head. I get it. I totally get it. But you have to be okay with yourself, obviously, or whatever that is. And that's actually the whole point of these 50 plus episodes. We talk about things that happen. Now, hair loss can happen in your 20s, 30s, that too. But by the time you get to your 50s, you are facing a lot of times the gray hair issue, the hair loss issue, body hair. Sometimes you grow hair in spots. That's another one too. They don't tell you. My nose hairs, I'm plucking every other day. It's like just strong nose hairs coming out, and I have ear hairs and hairs and spots. I'm like, because my arms aren't hairy, my legs aren't hairy. But it's like other spots. I'm like, where did the hair come from? Why is it on my shoulder? Like, what's that? So there is a hair collective that happens when you get a little older too, and places you're like, where did that come from? Um, I know, so weird. I started sagging my mustache from my mom. Because for some women too, they get hair above the lip, and other spots they have to get it waxed off, and it's just kind of like it's just like okay, hair growth and follows. It's a very interesting thing because it's obviously has life cycles and and for certain people it stops and other ones it grow. It's a lot. The things you think about when you're 50 plus. I'm James I Jr. We're audio and video, so check us out anywhere, and I'll talk to you next time.